Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is Fohnzii, and today we're going to be looking at some games that we had a couple days ago. Very cheesy, a good bit of complaining from myself, and I also want to talk about expectations. So essentially, this night I played 10 games. Like I mentioned in the previous video, that we had a plan to play 10 games every night. And here in the second game, we start seeing, let's just say it gets a little weird pretty quick in the session. And this is what happens when you play StarCraft at 2 in the morning. I'm going to try and cut through a lot of the boring stuff, so I'll probably be showing you the early build and, kind of like what the plan is for the game. And I'll probably be cutting around to the parts where the action actually starts happening. But yeah, the topic for this video is going to be expectations and, how we can kind of like use that to our advantage.
Dude, like holy fuck. Anyways.
Yeah, so as you can see, I mean, we're already, in a certain kind of mood tonight. We're definitely not in our best state of mind. And that's definitely going to show later on in the video. So I'm already thinking here that he's got some one base shenanigans going on, and yeah, so it's definitely not battle cruisers.
What?
And then yeah, there's the reaction, right? So
fucking...
we see that this guy's on one base mass reapers, and we're thinking to ourselves, what the hell is going on here, brother? That's a lot of reapers. So we set up 4 spines. Not sure if this is the appropriate response, but me thinking that he's on one base, we know that we have more than enough drones. We're ahead in that regard economically, so all we have to do is defend the attack, right? So thankfully we have a good amount of queens here, and we can definitely fend off the initial attack fairly easily, trying to get our links to surround these reapers and maybe get a couple kills, but it's not gonna happen, right? I have speedlings, but it's a lot of reapers, and they're gonna mess up my links. But while this is all happening in the background, I do want to talk today about expectations and why we set expectations for ourselves, or why a game should feel a certain way, right? So one of the things that we as humans do is to try to align the world with what we believe should be our reality in order to meet our expectations.
Dude, stop getting baited. That is funny, bro. I mean, he's just gonna...
Yeah, so we're coping pretty hard here. We're laughing to keep ourselves from crying. And we lost 3 queens here. Really not a very good look, right, Fohnzii? No, we are talking to ourselves. We're a madman. We're a schizo. It is what it is. We're trying to figure out what to do in this game, because we know we're ahead here in terms of economics, right? We're macroing just as good as he is. We just need to defend. So why is it dangerous to align the world to try and meet our expectations? It's because we risk disappointment. We hinder our progress when we set expectations for how things are supposed to go, and then things obviously are never going to go the way you intend, right? Life is making plans and things getting in the way. That's just how it goes. So we can relate this to StarCraft by understanding that every ladder session is going to be incredibly unique. You might get a ladder session like I did tonight, where you get 6 games out of 10 where people are cheesing, right? And we have to understand that every opportunity where our expectations are not met is an opportunity to learn and grow as a player. Someone put 1 stalker in their natural to stop your overlord from scouting. Well, maybe they're trying to high tech because they're going to be going for a DT attack. So remember to take every disappointment as an opportunity to learn, and remember to try and not set expectations so blatantly before a ladder session. So as you know, frustration is the result of failed expectations, and even if you don't know this from like an academic standpoint or anything, you know this from just being a person. And you might be saying, well, Fohnzii, you said you'd be disappointed and not frustrated when our expectations are not met. And you'd be 100% right, I did say that. However, frustration is a deep, chronic sense or state of insecurity and dissatisfaction.
I'm highly confused, my friend.
That's right, arising from an unresolved problem or unfulfilled expectations. So, for example, in this scenario, we're starting to get a little bit annoyed. We're like, okay, man, I've fended off your Reaper attack. I got Banelings here, man. You're screwed. You're absolutely done for. But then we see a Liberator. Oh man, we don't have any anti-air. We actually have 2 spines, and our queens are not in a great position to be hitting this Liberator since the Reapers are right there, and they're gonna basically one-tap our queens. We go for a pretty desperate attack here. And it is not looking good. We are off creep. He has Hellions. He has a mass Reapers. We are walking back under the Siege Liberator. We're losing units left and right. We were incredibly greedy by trying to saturate our natural instead of trying to build more units and, you know, identifying where we really needed to focus. And the micro is a lackluster, to say the least. We never got a lair, so we didn't have Bane speed, and it's causing a lot of issues. Besides that, though, we as people have experienced a large variety of emotions throughout our years. So we've experienced, you know, pain, joy, grief, anger, and everything in between, as you've seen me experience it right here in front of your eyes. So have we ever stopped to think of why we experience certain emotions in response to certain events? It's because we set these expectations for ourselves. Even if they're realistic expectations, we still run the risk of getting disappointed.
Dude!
And yeah,
like,
exactly.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, exactly, Fohnzii. Yeah, getting very frustrated with ourselves, with our opponent.
That is fucking hilarious, dude.
You know, with the balance of the game, so on and so forth, right? So we thought we should have won this game, and it's not looking good for us, you know? So setting expectations, you have to be very careful with that. And many of us have noticed this very simple fact just from living. You know, we haven't had to think about this too introspectively, to say the least. We just kind of know that setting expectations is going to lead to a world of disappointment. As we go for one final attack to, you know, try and save face. We built a macro hatch way too late. We were floating like 800 minerals for the last 3 minutes. And we got no drones. Yeah, LOL. You lost. Take the L, buddy. So, should you expect to not face off against Smurfs? Obviously, it isn't fair to be matched with someone who's way above your skill level, but it is the unfortunate reality of a competitive game like StarCraft. I mean, especially since StarCraft is free to play, and yeah, they do have some deterrents for Smurfs, like making you wait 10 days before, you know, you can jump into the ranked ladder, but you're gonna still, you know, get Smurfed on and unranked in the meantime, right?
I didn't go for the OV, fuck me, man.
Yeah, and so we make a mistake here pretty early on. We go for the extra drone there instead of making the OV, but it's really not that big a deal since when you make a hatch, you get the extra supply anyways. Either way, you know, we're going to show you the beginning of the game again and skip to the more exciting stuff that you'll see here in a second. But yeah, you know, facing off against Smurf is another learning opportunity, but it's really a really painful one, since realistically you have no chance of beating someone who's like 1,000 MMR or more above you.
I think I'm gonna cut my drone production there.
And yeah, we identified that this guy has 2 hatches. Pretty crazy. He's building
+1 roach attack.
Yeah, exactly. He's building an Evo chamber. He's got a Roach Warren up, so our response is to build a Roach Warren ourselves. However, I don't know, again, like, if that's the play. And yeah, it's definitely been a weird night. This is the game immediately after the game you just saw. My opponent saying, yeah, it's a weird night. Yeah, it's a weird night because you're making it weird, buddy. Or maybe it's weird because we expected it to not be weird, and now we're disappointed that it is. Either way, the response is to build a Roach Warren, make an Evo chamber ourselves, and hopefully match the upgrade and match the roaches as well, because lings don't do too great against roaches. Yeah. So even though facing off against Smurfs is a very painful lesson, there's still something to be learned.
I don't know, is he like fully saturated? Like, I don't actually know, man.
And what we can learn is actually what sort of tactics the Smurf is implementing that got us so confused. in the first place. And in this case, I don't know whether trying to saturate my third a little bit is the appropriate play, whether I continue to saturate any of my bases or I need to make units immediately. I mean, I didn't know if he was making 2 hatches in his natural because he wanted to, like, go Ling Bane and then supply his third with a really fast, like, amount of drones since you have more larva. I honestly didn't know. Like, I didn't know if he was going to go for an early roach attack. And then with the, you know, extra hatches that he's making, you know, saturate his third super fast after attacking us.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we see that he has burrowed roaches that we're not prepared for.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, again, laughing to try and keep from crying, right? But we have no detection here. We don't even have a spore crawler, right? Because especially in ZVZ, I don't build a spore crawler almost ever unless I feel like I really need to. And we have no way to detect roaches. Roaches are healing up. He's continuing to reinforce, most likely, we believe, with roaches. And it's just going to be super, super annoying. And I might not be able to show this in this upcoming fight, but I'm definitely going to comment on it later on. Yeah, so we try to do a little run by.
What the fuck game am I playing? I actually am wildly confused.
Yeah, no. Yeah, wildly confused. Playing against a Smurf who's way better than us, and
bro, for fuck's sake, man.
We don't know how to respond.
It's actually so incredibly cringe.
And we're only saying it's cringe because we actually have no idea how to respond to this at all. Like, we feel completely clueless, and it's a bit of our insecurity showing and our lack of game knowledge and our lack of ability to, like, you know, appropriately respond to the situation. But since we saw a third at this point, we made a full round of drones, right, to try and take the lead in terms of, you know, the economy. But it ends up being a really, really, really costly decision. And you hear me clicking away here. Yeah, the more you click, the more damage you do on the hatch, just in case you didn't know.
I ain't saying you treated me unkind.
But, yeah, so it is what it is. We should have made more units. We should have had another gas going in our main to try and, like, supply ourselves with roaches. Turns out we didn't actually make a round of drones. I thought we were trying to take the eco lead, but yeah, it's just all over here. So, and on to the next one. We are in a ZVT on Waterfall. This is a few games later. You know, we're 2-3 at this point. We lost 2 games to some pretty hectic cheese. And, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with Waterfall because it's my most winning map. I have like a 59% win rate on the map. But I just hate the type of games that are played on Waterfall.
Oh, sorry, look away.
I play a lot of ZVZ on Waterfall, which, you know, the meme is like it's a knife fight in a phone booth. It's very true. On this map, though, especially, I do change up my build a little bit. Like, I only know one build. Like I mentioned before, I got to Diamond in 75 games.
Chill, make a pool, make a pool, make a pool.
Here I am reminding myself of what the build's going to be so I don't mess it up. But yeah, I got to Diamond in 75 games, doing the same build over and over and over again, right? Keeping it really simple, keep it simple, stupid. Don't try to make it too hard on yourself. You don't need to learn 10 builds for every matchup, right?
Jizz ass.
You can you can get away with one build, right, to get the Diamond at least, and make a little change here and there. But yeah, I went 16 hatch, 17 pool. Typically I go 18 gas and then 17 pool, but I switched it up there. And here we go.
What?
Alright, so I mean, at this point we know we're going to lose the hatch, right? So we make the spines because it's going to stop him from moving forward with Marines, like once he gets out of the bunker. And yep, it has definitely been a special night in my short journey so far. I actually never had this much cheese in one night. I didn't include all of the cheesy matches. I only included the ones that I thought were really interesting, and I didn't show like only wins.
I mean, he's gonna let the spines finish, which is Kind of insanity, to be completely honest with you.
I was gonna say I don't think it's very interesting to show nothing but wins. I think it's really important to show the losses and comment about the sort of like mental aspect of learning from your losses and like not trying to get too frustrated because of the expectations that we set for the ladder session, for ourselves, for our opponent, or our opponents, etc., etc.
Oh,
So-
come on, man.
Believe it or not, I'm actually pretty happy when I get cheese the most of the time because a lot of players are not that great. Like, they don't have a super refined cheese build. So for the most part, it can be pretty simple to defend. And then we don't have to play a 24-minute ZVT where I hate my life and I'm just like mentally drained afterwards. So, you know, it can be more shorter games, which is just fine. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about getting cheesed all the time and like how you handle cheese, what you think about it. Drop that below in the comments, and also if you want to see more stuff similar to this, and also if you want me to stop singing, make sure to put that in the comments. And I appreciate all the support that you guys are able to give. We had a decent amount of subscribers last time, so it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool to see on the first video. So we're gonna keep up the momentum. So yeah, we are finally getting ready for an attack here. Trying to get rid of the bunkers with our queens and our zerglings. We saw the barracks being floated over across the map, which is kind of like what gave us our signal to go and finish this. So basically, we have the baneling nest ready. We go for the hatch, right? Just in case like the attack doesn't work, we can actually finally start making drones again. But yeah, I made the baneling nest because I saw nothing but marines, obviously, and I figured that there would be a wall here. It's actually even better than I thought because it's 3 supply depots, so nothing really too much health in the wall. So I made some banelings to bust the wall, and then we're gonna flood with some zerglings, and it's gonna be a good old time. We're gonna see if it works out or not. Oh baby, that's good stuff right there. Yes sir, 3 depots gone. 3 depots gone. I mean, let me know, like, what is your guys' favorite unit? Because the unit that got me to play StarCraft was the Baneling. When I watched on Justin TV, when it was Idra playing Zerg, and he would own people in the mineral lines with his Banes and talk shit. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. It helps out a ton. And if you feel like giving out some more free support, you can do that by subscribing, pressing the bell icon for notifications, like the video, comment, whatever you feel like. Want me to stop singing, comment it, do whatever. And feel free to share with your friends. The more exposure it gets, the better for the community as a whole, so we can get more people to Grandmaster. Thank you very much. Bye.